Growing up, I lived in a decent-sized middle-class apartment complex. This took place between 1988 and 1990. I was about 4 or 5 when it happened. Since there was only one driveway in and out of the complex, my mother pretty much let me roam around by myself from a very young age. My court or block of apartments was the first one you pass entering the complex, and my apartment was 100 feet from it. I wasn't supposed to leave the court unless my mom knew whose place I was going to. I was a very curious and precocious child and very social. My mom liked to call me the mayor because I knew who a good number of people in the complex were. I overall had a few run-ins with creeps, weirdos, and a definite pedo or two over the years living there, but nothing that ever escalated to any sort of worrisome incident. My parents were both pretty tough growing up and educated me early on the street smarts and self-defense, and that it's okay to talk to strangers in certain situations because not everyone is bad, and how to tell when someone might be a danger to me. We had at one point a particularly ugly, creepy ice cream man. He had a Billy Ray Cyrus type spiky mullet, and he always wore tank tops and had really bad acne. He also had really weird teeth and a piggish nose. At the time, I considered him in his 40s, but looking back on it, he was probably in his late teens, early 20s. He loved talking to the other kids about wrestling. I went to his truck once, along with friends, when he was parked outside the pool. I didn't have enough money for something, so I said, "Oh, never mind." But he gave it to me anyway, for whatever money I did have. But I didn't like the way he too friendly smiled at me. So if I heard the ice cream man, I'd peek out the window to see which ice cream guy was pulling into the complex. And if it wasn't him, I'd get ice cream. I don't know how much time had passed between my first encounter with him and the last, but in between, there were a few occasions where I was coming home or going to a different court for whatever reason. And if I happened to be walking down the main drive, he'd pull up next to me on the sidewalk, and I'd just pretend he wasn't there and cut through a court and hide. He'd holler things like, "Why are you so scared of me? I'm nice. You make me feel bad." One day, my mom said I couldn't leave the court for whatever reason. My friend lived in the corner apartment of the court after mine, so I sat on my court's corner nearest hers. She sat on her corner, and we were talking and tossing toys to each other across the parking lot. I heard the ice cream man. Even though I was at the other end of my block, he saw me when he pulled in. He started driving towards me, and I just ran and hid in my court, till he moved further into the complex. I waited what felt like enough time, and I didn't hear music anymore. I walked back to the corner, and my friend had gone inside already. I picked up whatever toy I had left behind, and as I turned to start walking home, I noticed he's sitting in the parking lot of the court across the main drive in his truck with the music off. I drop what I was holding and go to pick it back up. He's already directly across the street from me, stopped. "Hi, what's your name? Can we be friends? I feel really bad that I scared you. I'm actually a really nice guy." He had on a tie-dye tank top, and his hair was really greasy, and his acne was very flared up. I remember just being repulsed by him. My legs locked up because I was so scared, and mentally I was trying to decide if I'd have a better chance at escaping through the woods or chance it down the main drive. "I can't have friends," I said. My mom said no. "Well, let me give you a free ice cream. I feel bad." "My mom says I can't have ice cream today." "Okay, so you can have a candy or soda or a snap bracelet." "Sorry, I can't cross the street." "That's okay, I'll come to you. You can ride in the truck and play the music if you want." I realized this back and forth was going to be a losing battle for me, so I decided the best thing to do was play along. "Okay, if you turn the truck around, I don't have to cross the street, so my mom won't get mad." He'd have to leave and immediately re-enter the complex to do that, but it would buy me 20 to 30 seconds. He got way too excited that I seemed willing and started to drive. I took off running immediately. I got home and my mom was on the phone with my dad, who was out of state for the day. I told her what happened, and she made me tell my dad, and they both told me how proud of me they were, and how I made a really grown-up decision. After that, unless I was out of town, I avoided ice cream men at all costs. I still think about that to this day, and always tell that story to kids I babysit. I just hope I was the only kid he tried to bait, and that no one else had an experience with him, which was worse.